Good afternoon. Miss Sarah, how are you? Sorry, y'all. I'm putting all my information uh, in the live chat first. I'm almost done. Now, if y'all do have any questions, please leave them in the live chat. Again, as always, I know some of you don't like asking questions in the live chat, so feel free to send me a text message or email. Sorry, I got to share this live with a few people real quick. Struggling but here. How are you? How is your dad? I'm doing pretty good, and I think Dad's doing about the same. He's hard headed. He's gonna do what he wants to do, and doesn't really matter what anybody else tells him. So I'm sure y'all are wondering how to remove charge-offs from your credit report, right? Like that's what the live stream's about. All right, so I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna explain this to you that I can 100% guarantee you nobody else anywhere is explaining to do it this way. And it's definitely what some would call unorthodox, but it works. That's the thing. It works. Let me slide over so y'all can see my basketball shoes. I like to display my basketball shoes. Yeah, I do. I get it honest for sure. Okay, so get to the point. Most people on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever else they post credit repair content, I've even said it before in the past, will tell you the first thing you want to do is to dispute old names and old addresses, because especially those old addresses can be tied to the negative accounts. You don't need to do that first. Let me explain why. You want them to verify that account is accurate based off of that old address. And here's why. In your dispute letter, you're going to be as thorough as possible. I don't care how long you have to make this dispute letter. If it's incomplete across all three bureaus, if it's inaccurate, I want it in that dispute letter, including the payment history. Now, imagine this. You sent in a dispute letter for a charge off with American Express. Let's just say it's 2 paragraphs long because there's that many inaccuracies, there's that many things that's incomplete. The payment history is just all jacked up. You send in the dispute. Let's just say TransUnion mails you the results saying that they verified it as accurate. And they verified it as accurate because those old addresses on your report. Well, guess what? They did not do their job. You didn't ask them about that address. You asked them to fix these errors, to fix these inaccuracies, and to fix what was incomplete. And their job, when you send in a dispute letter with the right documentation, meaning a picture of your driver's license, a utility bill that's less than 30 days old, and a picture of your social security card if you have it. Their job is to investigate what you're saying is inaccurate and what's incomplete. If they don't do their job and they send in those verified as accurate dispute results, you got them after just one round. I'm going to leave y'all with that, and I'm not going to tell you the rest of how you fix it. I'm not going to tell you the rest, but I will tell you, if you send in one round of dispute letters and you put everything that's inaccurate, everything that's incomplete, especially the payment history. This is one thing that credit repair companies just don't understand. Disputing the payment history is extremely important when trying to get collections and charge-offs removed from your credit report. Like I said, you want to dispute everything that's inaccurate, everything that's incomplete. Don't worry about disputing those old addresses. You want them to verify it based off that because you didn't say anything about the old address. You didn't ask them to verify it based on the address. You asked them to fix those errors, and their job is to fix those errors and make it complete and accurate or delete it from your credit report. So once you get those results in, if you sent in a dispute letter and you drafted the letter the correct way and you get those results in, I want you to email me your dispute letter and I want you to email me the results, whether it's TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. If you do that for me, basically, if you do my job for the first round of disputes and you do it the right way, I'll let you in my program for $0 down. I will waive the processing fee just by you drafting that first letter. If anybody has any questions, please leave them in the live chat. I don't care what anybody's telling you on YouTube. It's that simple. You've got them by the BALLS if you draft the dispute letter correctly and they send in verified as accurate. This is why you don't want to dispute those old names and addresses, because we don't just want a deletion here. We can get a deletion. Deletions are easy to get. We want to trap them up into not doing their job. So not only can we get a deletion, we can get money in your pocket and possibly get that debt waived, meaning you no longer owe it. That is something very few credit repair companies know how to do. My buddies at the Hawks game just sent me a picture. I don't know how well y'all will be able to see it, but oh, no way. Are they playing the Nuggets? Oh, man. So he gets to see Jokic play. I'm jealous now. That's crazy. I basically told him off. I've always wanted to see the Nuggets play because of Jokic. But anyway, yeah, I'm telling y'all right now, if you draft the dispute letter the right way, you can trap them up with just one dispute letter and the results being mailed to you. Because now you got proof that you mailed in a dispute letter and you got proof that they verified it as accurate and they didn't do their job.
Bobby, you think that bottle of wine is still good in the kitchen? I wonder. You think?
I'm only live right now on YouTube, but I don't know because I know nothing about wine, nothing at all. If you want to get some more, that's perfectly fine with me. Anybody have any questions about charge-offs or collections? Okay, so it's the same with collections as charge-offs. You want to dispute everything that's inaccurate and incomplete, but I take that back. before you dispute a collection that way, you want to try to get them on an FDCPA violation. So you want to send them a letter asking for certain documentation that more than likely they don't have. You want to tell them to only contact you on the weekends, and the only way to contact you is via email, and then put your email address on there. There's a pretty good chance when you mail in that letter, mail it in certified mail. Remember, you're doing this yourself, so do it certified mail. There's a very good chance, because remember, their system's automated, that they mail you a response. If they mail you a response, boom, lawsuit. That's literally all it takes to sue debt collectors. That's literally all it takes. Because when you tell them to only respond to you a certain way, they have to respond to you that way and no other way. No, you're fine. I told a customer earlier that I would do a live. So that's why I had to go live again. But just let me know when you're on your way. So yeah, if y'all have any questions about collections, charge-offs, repos, bankruptcy, student loans, child support, anything like that, please let me know. But again, the way I'm teaching y'all this or telling you this, nobody else is going to tell you this. Do not start out disputing old addresses. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. You want them to verify that account as accurate. And whatever we can use for them to verify the account, the more the better. So they think they got you because they can verify it by that old address, because you don't know your rights as a consumer. But if you draft that dispute letter and you dispute everything that's inaccurate, everything that's incomplete, including the payment history, and they come back and say it's verified as accurate, you literally have them after one round, because you've already proved that the account wasn't accurate. And they just auto-verified it, meaning they did not do their job. So now we're going to go straight to the attorneys with it, because they didn't do their job. And their job is to do an investigation, which obviously they didn't do because their system's automated. And you as a consumer don't know that you have rights and that you have the right for your dispute letters to be investigated. Whatever you put in that dispute letter, they're supposed to investigate. I don't care if you type it up. I don't care if you write it with a pencil. I don't care if you write it with a crayon. They have to investigate your dispute letter. Just make sure that you send in a valid copy of your driver's license or an ID card or a passport, utility bill or a bank statement, pay stub, cell phone bill, something that's less than 30 days old. And if you have your social security card, you want to send in a picture of that as well. I will tell you this, the more you send in, the better. A lot of people just send in a driver's license because it has the right address, and that's fine. But it's best if you can send driver's license, utility bill, and social security card. But I'm telling you right now, all it takes is one round of disputes. And in our litigation backed credit repair program, even though it's a long process, sometimes we only have to send one round of letters. Sometimes that is all it takes to get the bureaus and or creditors right where you want them. If nobody has any questions, I'm going to hop off of here in just a few minutes. Or if y'all don't have nothing you want me to talk about. Again, you can text me or email me. That information is in the live chat. If you want to set up a call with me to ask questions, we are not going to do a consultation. We do not do consultations before you sign up and pay. But we are allowed to hop on a phone call with you and answer any questions, any concerns that you might have. But the consultation will be later on in the program if you wish to sign up for our services with the attorneys to go over your stuff. Also, keep in mind, if you sign up for our services, it's going to take time, especially if you have collections. The first thing the attorneys are going to do is address the collections first. Then they're going to wait 90 days. We're giving them more days because we want more violations, because we want more money in your pocket. We want to get that debt waived as possible. And obviously, we want the deletion as well. Because I get people all the time that say, hey, it's been almost 90 days and no letters have gone out. Yes, they have. They're faxing in RCR letters to the debt collectors to trigger those violations that I was just talking about a while ago. Then after the 90 days, then they're going to set up the video call with you to go over any responses you got from those debt collectors, or even if they ignored it, we need to know they ignored it. And then they're going to go over everything else on your report, like the charge-offs, the repossessions, the bankruptcies, stuff like that. This is the best way to fix your credit, because sometimes, and I know y'all probably get tired of me saying this, but it's the truth. Sometimes the only way you're going to get this stuff deleted from your credit report is by suing the credit bureaus and or debt collectors. Dope House 928. I like the screen name. What's up, man? I'm not sure who this is. For some reason, I feel like it's my nephew or something. But what's up, man? I'm a sub, bro. Okay. Well, I appreciate you subscribing. If you have any questions, please leave them in the live chat. But again, the way I'm teaching y'all how to do this yourself is way different than anybody else. New sub, sorry. Oh, no problem. I appreciate it. So again, I'm going to say 99.9% of people on here that are talking about credit repair are going to tell you to dispute old addresses first. Yeah, just send me a text message or an email, or click on the Calendly link and set up a call, and you can ask any question you want. Or you can ask them on here. I didn't think about that. Oh, I've got some work to do. That was the other reason why I got on here. Let me find this message. Brian Hampton. Let me check now. I apologize. I have got to check this guy's file. Yeah, it's in the live chat. Let me know if you don't see it. I'll post it again. I've got to check something for a client real quick. I don't know why I just did that. That I actually forgot to check a while ago. Okay, he's not in here. Let me just make sure I spelled that right. Yeah, that's right. Sign up again. I appreciate that. Yeah, just send me a text message. I probably won't be on here much longer, y'all. I apologize. I just had a consumer today ask me to go live tonight before 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I wanted to hop on here, and I figured I would talk about charge-offs. But again, don't dispute those old addresses first, because the best thing you can do is have them verify this stuff is accurate, because it has nothing to do with the address that's tied to that account. We didn't ask them anything about that address. Tomorrow, not tonight. Yeah, that's fine. You can text or email me at any time that you would like. It's not a problem. I get text message emails all night. I got to send this link to this guy to sign up. Give me 1 second. Yeah, our approach is different than well over 90% of people in the credit repair industry. They're either just sending in basic dispute templates and doing CFPB complaints and hoping for the best. And then they're charging thousands of dollars, sometimes up to $5,000. That's what the credit plug charges, which is just mind blowing for what you're actually getting. They're just committing fraud on your behalf to try to sweep this stuff. Our program takes longer, but you will have real attorneys drafting your letters, and it will have the attorney's letterhead on your dispute letters. So they do know that you have legal representation. And our goal is not just to get the most deletions possible. We're trying to get as much money in your pocket. I'm talking, me personally, I want to get thousands of dollars in your pocket and potentially get debts waived, meaning you no longer owe the debt. These scammers that are doing credit sweeps, they can't get you money in your pocket. They can't get debts waived. I mean, they're committing fraud on your behalf. If you signed up for those accounts and they charged off, and you tell them that they're on there due to identity theft, you are committing fraud. Whether you pay somebody to do it or whether you do it yourself, it is committing fraud. But when you draft these letters up, you want to make sure, Dope Pal sounds good. When you draft these letters up, if you're doing it yourself, you're very welcome. You want to have all three credit reports side by side by side. And I'm telling you right now, you want to have the annual reports. Don't use a third party like Identity IQ or even My Free Score Now, which is one that I used to use. You want to set those reports side by side by side. Now, I will tell you, this is where it gets tricky. They're a lot harder to read than Identity IQ, Smart Credit, My Free Score Now. A lot harder to read. So you do kind of have to know a little bit about what you're doing. But anything that doesn't match across all three credit bureaus, you want to have that in the dispute letter. If it's inaccurate, if it's incomplete, including the payment history, especially the payment history, most CROs do not dispute the payment history, and they're losing out on a lot of deletions just because they don't do that. You want to mail it off certified mail. And one other thing I forgot to tell you to do, if you can, have it notarized and make a copy of it. If you can't, that's fine. At least sign the dispute letter. And I know you've heard people in the past say, oh, don't never sign the dispute letter. Sign your dispute letter, because now if they send an install letter, again, you got proof that they didn't do their job, for one. Two, you have proof it's you. You included your driver's license, a utility bill, your social security card, and you signed it with your wet signature. So it can be a lot. It can be difficult. You do have to kind of know what you're doing. But I'm just telling you ways that you can try to do this yourself. If you want to do it yourself, because some people don't have money to pay for credit repair. I get that. So I feel like I can make videos from time to time explaining to y'all a little bit of information on how to do this stuff yourself. But you're not going to get better results anywhere else than with our program. I mean, unless you find another company that uses the same attorneys I use. And there's very few that they work with. I think there's 3 CROs now that work with them. It was just me, but now there's 2 others. So again, it can be a lengthy process, 6 to 12 months minimum. But we're not just getting deletions here. We're getting money in your pocket. Imagine getting your credit fixed for free and getting thousands of dollars in your pocket. Imagine getting your credit fixed for free, getting thousands of dollars in your pocket, and getting thousands of dollars worth of debts waived, meaning you no longer have to pay those debts. Also, whoever we have to sue, if they ever re-report that information, and trust me, they will, because a lot of these systems are automated. As soon as they re-report it, guess what? We're going to sue them again, and it's going to be 2 to 3 to even 4 times the amount of money. And trust me, it happens more times than you think. So yes, it's a lengthy program. People don't like that. But you got to think about it like this. Even if you sign up with a company that's doing legal credit repair, meaning they're doing factual disputing, they're doing this the right way, they can't sue for you because they're not attorneys. They can't waive debts for you because they're not attorneys. And if you get a reinsertion for something that was sued for, they can't sue again because, again, they're not attorneys. And another thing I want y'all to keep in mind, and I hate to keep comparing myself to the credit plug because I don't want y'all to think a certain way, but just think about it like this. He charges up to $4,000 or $5,000. He's going to send in an identity theft report. I've even seen people comment on his videos and say that his virtual assistants are actually sending in false police reports as well, they're committing fraud on your behalf. Doesn't matter that you're paying somebody else to do it. It's still going to fall back on you at the end of the day. So why would you pay $4,000 to $5,000 for somebody to commit fraud on your behalf when you can pay a company like mine? And the reason I say like mine is because I'm not here trying to convince y'all to sign up for my services. I don't care if you sign up for my services or not. I just want to make sure that you sign up for somebody's services that works with attorneys. But we charge $547. Once you pay the $547, there's no more out-of-pocket fees. So those fees go like this. You pay $149 to start, and then you pay $199 a month for 2 months. You're paid in full. And the biggest question I get asked after that is, well, what happens if we're not done with the program? Well, I can go ahead and tell you, you're not going to be done in our program for 3 months. In 3 months, it's just not going to happen. That just means the rest of the way, you're not being charged or billed another dime for the credit repair services. However, if we get you back $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for identity theft, true identity theft, sometimes it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. The money has to go to the consumer. Legally, all the money goes to you. But per our agreement, for example, I always use $5,000 because that's the average most of my customers get is $5,000 once they're done in the program. You do split that fee with me. And trust me, some people get pretty heated when they realize. That's why I always tell people, please read my agreement. That way you know what you're signing up for. But you just got your credit fixed for $547, and you're getting $2,500 on top of having your credit fixed. That's a win-win for everybody. But again, you'd be surprised at the people that get upset that they have to pay me more than the $547. And it's like this. Okay, so if you pay me, if you get $5,000 on top of paying me the $547, my half of that $5,000 is $2,500. You just basically paid $3,047, which is still cheaper than the credit plug, but you also made $2,500. You got your credit fixed the legal way. And if any of those accounts that we sued for pop back up on your credit report, we're going to sue and get you even more than $5,000. So look at it like that. Some consumers get $20,000, $30,000. And I'm not just telling y'all that just to tell you that or to make you think you're going to get that much. I have no idea. Some consumers go through the program and they get absolutely no money. I just want to be honest and transparent with y'all about that. Sometimes the credit bureaus actually do their job and they fix these errors. Sometimes they actually do their job and go ahead and delete the stuff from the credit report. Remember, when it comes to credit repair, you have to give them the opportunity to fix these errors, these inaccuracies, and these things that are incomplete. You have to give them the opportunity to fix that stuff. But if they don't, they fail to do their job, or there's any other types of violations, trust me, we're going to sue because that's how my attorneys get paid. My attorneys are never going to charge you anything out of pocket. Your fee is to me. I pay the attorneys a certain fee each month, and then they make money off the lawsuits. And when I say consumers, a lot of my consumers, most of my consumers get an average of $5,000. That's not in total with the attorney's fee. That's the consumer's fee that they split with me. The attorneys are going to get their money before you get yours. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is, for me, it's all about honesty and transparency. And again, if y'all have any questions, you can leave them in the live chat. Francisco, if you're still in here, I got your Calendly for 12:30 tomorrow. Got your number. Your number looks real familiar. I feel like I've talked to you before, maybe not. But I'm going to jot this down right here by my computer. That way I can call you tomorrow, 12/6/2025, 12:30. Again, I don't know if you're still in here. I am going to hop off of here in just a few minutes, y'all. If you don't mind, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you know anybody that needs legal credit repair, please send them my way. If you refer them to me and they sign up, I will pay you a $50 referral fee. For example, if you send me 10 people and they all sign up and pay the first fee, I will send you $500 for those 10 people that signed up. But they do have to sign up and pay the first fee. So just keep that in mind. If you do send somebody my way, make sure that you have them let me know that they referred you so I can get you paid as soon as they pay. All right, let me find that again. Let's go. Anybody have any questions before I hop off of here? Again, I got to slide out of the way so y'all can see my basketball shoes. These are my outdoor, and these are my indoor. These are the John Morant's, and these are the Kyrie Irving's. If y'all even care about basketball, I love basketball. I quit for 5 years and was talked into playing in the summer league for one game, and I was hooked again. So the next season starts third week of January. So I've been working out a lot, playing ball a lot, trying to get ready for it. I actually played in a big warehouse the other day. Let me see if somebody sent a picture. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find the group chat. Now, why is that? I don't know where all the messages are. Oh, there's it. No? Yeah, there. Is that it? I can't find it. There it is right there. You can see my big head self. That's me right there with the yellow shoes right there. Well, that was my first time playing in the warehouse, and I ain't gonna lie, I played stupid good. I don't think I missed but a couple shots that night. But I always play better when I play outside or play in an environment like that on concrete. Which I don't like playing on concrete because my knees and my back. But I had fun. That was Wednesday night, I believe. All right, looks like nobody has any questions. I will definitely go live tomorrow, y'all. I'm trying to do better. When I first started doing these lives, I believe in 2020 or 21, sometimes there will be hundreds of people on here, but I just don't go live consistent enough. I don't post videos consistent enough. People ask me all the time, why do I not post as many videos as these other people? That's because I'm actually working. These people are not doing credit repair. They're not knowledgeable about credit repair. And they're just sending your information to India and having somebody do the work cheap and do the illegal stuff. So I will go live tomorrow. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so you know when I go live. But until then, I will see you on the next live, and I hope you all have a great weekend.